Hey, how you doing? So how do you know if your partner's cheating? I mean, what are the signs? What do they do? Now, even though everybody is different and every relationship is unique, there are common threads that run through the whole cheating game. If you watch this video, hopefully I'll be giving you some insights and things to look out for, just so you do not become the fool at the end of the day. Welcome back, my name is Jessica and this is my YouTube channel. Today we're going to have a quick chat about signs you need to look out for if your partner is cheating. How to know that your partner is cheating. Cheating is a big thing when it comes to relationships. Too many people take their relationships for granted and are constantly looking for gratification outside their relationships, their marriages, etc. Oftentimes it leaves one partner feeling like a fool, but no longer, because I've got a video that will help you decipher and understand all the signs that you're seeing that are making you second guess this relationship that you're in. Here's the other thing. If you're watching this video, most likely your partner is cheating on you. Let's talk about sign number one, and it is improved appearance. Now, listen, don't get me wrong. There are people who actually like to improve themselves, work out, eat healthy. Or if this is a person that you've known for a while and you know that there's nothing necessarily inspiring them, like a health scare, they went to a doctor and had bad news, and suddenly they're trying to sort of improve their lives, look better, smell better, they're showering twice a day, which they never used to do. It was like a major fight. And all of a sudden that's happening. He comes home from work or she comes home from work. First thing she does or he does is jump in the shower. And this isn't a blanket statement by all means. And definitely pay a little more attention to the partner that you're with and make sure that this is actually a true reflection of what's happening. But usually when people meet other people and are more excited about other people or have started cheating already with other people, you would realize an improvement in their appearance. And these are things that prior to were not on their priority list. And especially also if this is not a conversation that both of you have had, that, you want to suddenly become better versions of yourself, whatever that means to you, and your partner just suddenly seems to be doing that. I mean, really do some introspection when it comes to your relationship and try to figure out why these changes are happening. Indeed, it could be nothing at all. But on the other hand, when people are cheating, they try to improve their appearance. And that's just a fact. Number two, secretive phone or computer use. You've been with them for a while, and this is not like a behavior that has been in existence. There's a little tilt of the phone. They don't want you to, see what they're typing or who they're chatting with. Lately, they're getting phone calls and stepping outside the building or outside your immediate environment so you don't hear what's being said. They're spending a little more time on the computer, and it's not work related. They didn't get a new job or a new contract. They're just being downright secretive. In as much as, once again, it could be nothing, it also could be everything. Because you see, most people will try to hide their infidelity from you and try to feign this whole facade of fidelity and commitment. Usually you would see it in their call logs. Suddenly their call logs don't seem to have any calls from anyone, or their iMessages or WhatsApp messages just seem to disappear. Or you open certain chats and it seems as if the conversations don't make sense. That is when you go snooping around his or her phone and that kind of thing. There's absolutely no reason for a partner who has nothing to hide to be secretive. Absolutely no reason. I mean, unless, of course, it's a surprise birthday party. I don't see where this is going. I'm just saying, if your gut feeling is telling you that there's something off, there's something wrong, and you're beginning to notice that they're a little more guarded over their phone and their personal items, it could be a sign of infidelity. Number three, periods where your significant other is unreachable. So it's so interesting. I was chatting with some guy in my Patreon community, and he was telling me about how, basically the girl that he was dating, for some reason, it was a long distance relationship, and for some reason, the girl's phone was always off at a certain time, and even though he had complained several times, nothing was being done about it. But he had just realized, like a pattern, where, let's say, on weekends from say 8 p.m. to midnight or till the next morning, she is always unreachable. WhatsApp messages don't go through, phone calls don't go through. And he was wondering, he kind of has figured it out, but he was wondering if he was just imagining things and being extra. And I told him that no, you are not being extra. If you're especially also in a long distance relationship, communication is what keeps you together. So why is the girl unavailable? That's downright shady. What kind of coincidence would it be that every Thursday or every, say, Saturday at 8 p.m., your phone is unreachable? It simply means that there's someone else in the picture. Now, listen, whether you're in a long distance relationship or one that is in the same city, town, neighborhood, whatever, there should be no point where you can't reach your partner. Phones these days have like certain functions where, for instance, everybody else could be on do not disturb after a certain time, but you can make sure that your partner's calls come through, right? It is absolutely impossible for a woman to be, or a man to be, unavailable so consistently over time and not be cheating or have something fishy going on. And so if you find yourself in this situation, it's a no-go area. This person is entertaining someone else, and all those times where those phones are off, they seem unreachable, they seem to have just dropped off the radar, they are with them. Number 4. Another sign is when intimacy increases or decreases, actually. Sexual intimacy could increase because they're feeling guilty. On the other hand, it can decrease because they're losing interest. Now, once again, you have to really apply this based on who you're dating. If there was someone who initially seemed to have all the fire, the energy, were meeting you boot for boot, and your libidos were pretty much in sync, and suddenly, without any traumatic life event or any major problems, this person just suddenly seems uninterested in sex with you. Look into it. Have a conversation. It doesn't automatically translate to cheating, but it definitely pinpoints that there's a problem somewhere. I've had someone tell me that the reason that he cheats on his wife is because he feels like it keeps his marriage together. In a weird way, he says that whenever he goes out and cheats on his wife with another woman, the guilt he feels makes him treat his wife better. And at the time, I remember when he told me, I was surprised. So to buttress the point, what I'm really trying to say is sometimes it's not always reduced amount of intimacy. It could be increased amount of sex because they're feeling guilty about what they just did. Use your intuition, apply it to this person that you know better than I do, and make your own deductions. Number 5, your partner is hostile towards you and your relationship. So, sometimes people try to justify the reason why they cheat. And one of the most common excuses that I hear and have heard over the years is it's their fault, as in whoever you're in a relationship with. It's like they blame you for cheating. It's like, oh, you're not looking as good as you used to. Well, you're not giving me enough sex at home. You're not doing X, Y, and Z, and that's why I'm cheating. Or that's why I cheated when you catch them. Get this. Draw closer. No grown man or woman can put the blame on you for their infidelity. Listen, if you're not happy in your relationship, move. You're not a tree. But don't come to me and be telling me that I'm the reason that you cheated. If you're unhappy, come to me. Come back to the drawing board and let's see how we can compromise and work on things together. If you've had that conversation so many times about how maybe you're not feeling as attracted to your partner and they're not listening, that is still no reason for you to cheat. Why are you sitting in a relationship where you're unhappy? Why are you holding the shorter end of a stick when it comes to your happiness? If you're truly not happy in a relationship, why do you feel the need to blame everybody but yourself for the unhappiness that you feel? If you are unhappy, the solution is not to cheat and blame it on your partner. If you are unhappy, leave that relationship for one that you think will serve your purposes better. Listen, if you're in a relationship where your partner has become suddenly emotional, mentally, physically abusive, or treats you any different because you feel like they're looking outside your relationship, you deserve so much more. You should never stay in such a relationship like that. You are worth so much more. And you'll do yourself a big favor by extracting yourself from that situation. Number 6, now let's talk about an altered schedule. So you know that they work 9 to 5. You know where to find them. You pretty much have got into the rhythm of things because you guys have been dating for a while, and you understand that between time X and time Y, they're usually unavailable. Now, it's gotten to a point where even beyond that allotted unavailable time, they're creating excuses and they're making it seem like, oh, something else has come up. I won't be home early. And this is becoming like a regular feature. It's okay if it's like a one-off thing. But when this becomes a regular feature where they're just completely changing their schedules, then you're in trouble. When your significant other who never worked late, never did anything out of the ordinary, suddenly has many unexplained days. Many unexplained things came up, many unexplained schedules that you're not used to. And you begin to feel like there's something or someone else taking their attention. Quickly have that conversation with them, just to clear your head, if for nothing at all. Because the last thing you want to do is to sit in a relationship only to realize that you were being fooled all along. Suddenly there are unexplained business trips. Suddenly their office seems to be doing a lot more staff getaways or management retreats that are unexplained. Suddenly you're with a partner who is traveling a lot. They've been taken out of town, out of the country by their work. Don't sit around and wait. Do not sit around and wait because, there's something definitely going on there. Something does not add up. Number 7, when your friends start to feel uncomfortable around you. Now, this is interesting because usually when your partner's cheating on you, you're the last person to find out. Most likely his or her friends know, and everybody outside the relationship can sort of see it so glaringly, and you're just left sitting there in confusion, total confusion. Friends who are really good will start to feel uncomfortable hanging out with you guys because they know it's not real. I have a friend whose boyfriend told her that his brother was getting married to this girl outside in the US, right? And he lives in Ghana, and he actually asked her to plan the entire wedding. Because she was an event planner and that kind of thing was her forte. Can you imagine that after she was done planning the wedding, buying his rings, the outfits that they would wear, choosing a location, paying off vendors and whatnot, even supplementing some of the cost with her own money because she felt, it's my boyfriend's brother, that's okay, my way of supporting the wedding. Guess what? She found out that the wedding was actually between her boyfriend and this so-called woman in the States. Guess how she found out? She found out through mutual friends, because suddenly the mutual friends who knew what was really going on and found out what was really going on were feeling so uncomfortable with the situation that a week to the wedding, they called her aside and told her, look, I don't want you to find out on the wedding day that your man is actually getting married to this woman that you have been helping to plan her wedding. It's your boyfriend's wedding. It's not his brother's wedding. And that gave them some relief. Of course, my friend was broken, but if you're lucky enough to be in a circle where people like to be honest with you all the time, it could save you from some very bad situations. So you want to know if your partner is cheating? Look at their friends. Listen to what they say, how they say it. There are very good clues lying in there. Number 8 is unexplained expenses. Now, you pretty much know, and especially this could be like in a marriage or something like that. But if you're in a very serious relationship, you pretty much have an idea of some of the expenses that maybe your partner makes on a regular, right? And suddenly it just seems as if, there's some expenses popping up that you can't quite figure out. Like, where did this money go? How come you're broke by halfway through the month when for the last 9-10 years or months that I've known you, you never had that period? Like, what is taking up all your money? Sometimes these unexplained expenses can be for some other partner who's trotting on the sidelines, some other partner who's waiting outside your relationship to jump right in and take over your space. It could be going to a side chick or a side cock, as I like to call them. But either way, these unexplained expenses take a toll on your own relationship, because every single dollar, city, naira, shilling that goes out to another person is money that you don't get. So you should definitely be concerned. If there are unexplained expenses, look into it, query it if you must. And this is, of course, if your relationship has grown to that level where either you're married or you guys are seriously courting, like you're planning on getting married, and you kind of know this person well enough to even understand how their finances work. So yeah, I mean, that's really it. Signs to know if your partner is cheating on you. I hope this video was helpful and it saves some of you from heartbreak, because some cheaters just are not good enough. They do not deserve you. You are so much better than that. Smash the like button, subscribe, turn on all notifications.